Okay, let's get started. I want to welcome everybody to the call, and I appreciate you all being here, and we'd like to move along with giving you some general updates on what's upcoming with BankOnTraffic and Internet Traffic Management. Go ahead, Harry.
He's doing the SDP payments. So I was trying to push to get that done, so they are finished. I can report that we just completed the SDP payments for today, and that we're doing them twice a week now, and we've never missed a payment. The new payout time frame is anything in by Sunday midnight will be paid on Tuesday, the next Tuesday. Anything in by Wednesday midnight will be paid the next Friday.
Now, midnight, are we going by server time?
Yeah, server time, so that'd be Pacific time.
That'd be U.S. Pacific.
Right.
Anything else in terms of general updates here?
We just did our 100,000th business pack.
100,000.
Yeah. Wow. It kind of snuck by me. I didn't even see it. I looked at the count there, and I saw it's over 100,000. We completed about 800 starter packs within the last 3 or 4 days, and about 240 basic packs and 26 pro packs, all within the last 3 days or so. So it took a while to get to those because those are pretty big numbers, and it took a while to get enough sales in there to pay them out. But we finally did, and we got a couple more big days, and I think maybe within the next week or so, if things pick up a little bit, we might be able to start taking some time off the clock, because we're going to get into some shorter days where there weren't so many purchases on those days, and that should move pretty quick. So I'm hoping we'll see some improvement in the time clock over the next, let's say, the next 30 days. Yeah, we still have a little bit of a problem with incorrect usernames and exceeding STP limits. I'm not sure if it might be because of a language difference or whatever that they're not picking up. We sent everybody an internal email or internal message about the whether it was a limit issue or a username issue. But I see a lot of people putting the same information back in again and trying it again. So I'm not quite sure what to do about that. I know you have it on the blog about how to go and look and see what your limits are and see what your username is. So that's the only issue that I have with STP. I mean, that's it. It's a fairly it goes fairly well, and I haven't had very many problems with them, and the payments are coming in through them okay. We just need to expand our the options that people have to work with us. About 120 some payments today. We're moving a lot of we're completing a lot of packs. It's just that there's so many of them from the early stages, and they were all bunched up, 1,000 in a day at some point. So that's where we got bogged down on the time. It's smoothing itself out. I realize that we're over 140 days on the starter packs, but the good side of that is that we've been able to spread those large volumes of purchases and packs that need to be completed over a longer period of time. So, for instance, on the starter packs, we've gone from an average of about 400 a day that had to be completed down to about 100 a day. So, over time, it will smooth itself out, and we will get to a point where the sales will begin to, accelerate faster than the old packs need to be completed, and then we will gain time.
And to recap, too, we mentioned the last 2 calls, and then, of course, it's been on the blog and the newsletters. PASA accounted for over half our sales, and that definitely was an impact.
Yeah, they were actually close to about 65% of sales. So, okay. and that's a big hunk of money that's tied up with that situation. And, Joe and our attorney have been working on it diligently, As soon as we can get that released back to us, we will, and that will also help us. We're doing okay, but we need to get that money back. Period.
On the other hand, as far as being able to replace PESA and the purchase transaction, we are very pleased to announce that the ITM e-wallet, the programming and integration, the programming for the integration into the website has been completed for Phase 1. Phase 1 of the ITM e-wallet implementation involves the payment side, being able to make purchases using this payment processor. And we are currently testing this code on our development servers. We expect that testing will be completed over the course of the weekend, and allowing a day or two to account for any little bugs or fixes and things that may have to be done. We feel very strongly that we should be able to make this live sometime by the end of next week, possibly sooner, depending on how well the testing phase goes. But the big time element of writing the code for it and getting the integration done has been completed, and we're really in the final testing phase. So the way this will work is all BT members will have an ITM e-wallet account, and they will be able to access it through their dashboard, and it will also show up as a payment option. When you go to purchase something, right now you only see STP as a payment option, and we will retain STP as a payment option for the time being. But you will also see another option, which will be the ITM e-wallet, and when you select that option, you will be taken directly to your e-wallet account, and you will be able to pay the invoice generated by BankOnTraffic for traffic packs and business packs, etc. It will essentially work the exact same way that it works with any other processor, in the sense that the total purchase amount will be calculated, and then it will deduct whatever funds are in your BankOnTraffic e-wallet, and the remaining balance will be charged to your iPay or your ITM e-wallet account. And in there you will have various ways to fund the e-wallet and to pay the invoice from BankOnTraffic. So as I said, it will be fully integrated into the BankOnTraffic members area. So not only will you be directed automatically to it from the purchase page, should you choose to use that option, but you will also have direct access to it through your dashboard. First part, of course, was negotiating the legal and financial arrangements, the underwriting process, and so forth, which was somewhat of a complex procedure. That, of course, has been done. Then the next phase was to develop all of the programming that is necessary in order to integrate it into the BT website in the members area. And so yes, it has taken a little longer than originally projected, but this is something that obviously, because it has to do with money, has to be tested thoroughly, and the business rules have to be checked and double checked, and we have to be very certain about how we're going forward.
And also, Yeah, there's other programming involved in the ITM e-wallet, because it's a little bit bigger than just incorporating, into the BankOnTraffic back office. It's being incorporated in all of our future platforms that we're going to be offering.
That's correct. And so it's right. It's a fairly broad integration project that while we have been developing some of these other products, marketing tools and marketing platforms and so forth, we had to take that into consideration as well. And you will manage all of your financial transactions directly from within the e-wallet. And we will be allowing BT members to fund an e-wallet. There are certain restrictions and there are certain restrictions and some of the rules are different depending upon, or I should say the options are different depending upon which country you're from, because obviously our e-wallet, because we have so many different options as to payments and funding and so forth, we have to be in compliance with all of the rules and regulations by country. So you'll see that certain options are available only in certain countries and other options are global. So we will be arranging some separate conference calls for purposes of training and to answer questions about the e-wallet, as I'm sure there will be. We did divide the implementation into two phases. Phase one, as I mentioned, is with regard to making purchases. Phase two, which will follow within 2 to 3 weeks, will incorporate and enable the withdrawal functions to be able to withdraw money through your ITM e-wallet. And that will also include the ability to purchase a debit card. So there will be an equal number of options available to withdraw money from your e-wallet. The debit card is not permitted in India, but there are other options. There are alternative options that most certainly are permitted. And I can't name them all right now, but the nice thing about it is the programming is such that once you select your country, the options that are available to you in that country are the only ones you're going to see. So
one of the India payment options, Joe, one of those payment options is called PaymentX India.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure who might be familiar with that, but it seems to be a fairly large one. And of course, there's that the one out of China that's for Asia.
Alipay.
Alipay, yeah.
Yeah.
So those are the two that I remember. I don't know if there's any other ones or not.
Well, there are certain bank transactions that are permitted as well. I'm not sure whether the bill pay function works in India or not, but I haven't heard specifically that it doesn't. I know that the bill pay function is very, very popular in Europe, and so we expect that a lot of members will into that. That's been part of the process here, is because BankOnTraffic is essentially a global organization. One of the reasons why we chose this particular type of system was because it offers the broadest range of solutions in order to cover all the varying rules and regulations amongst all the different countries. And it is a fairly complex system when you get down to looking at the fact that every country has their own rules and regulations with regard to banking and finance regulation. And at the end of the day, we have to be in compliance with all of them. So while it has taken some time, we feel this is a top-notch option and will offer the greatest degree of flexibility for the members, most definitely. And the first phase of this, we expect to go live I mean, and I don't want to speak out of turn. We are testing the code. The initial tests haven't turned up any problems. We fully expect that sometime next week we will be making that live on the production servers so that at least the e-wallet can be used for purchases. Then we will be testing the withdrawal functions, and we will make that, we will enable that withdrawal functions somewhere around the end of February, 1st of March. Certain options do not permit the use of the processor without an active invoice in your account. I know it sounds strange, but for example, because we, as a matter of policy, we are going to allow BankOnTraffic members to essentially fund their account, their e-wallet, meaning transfer money into their e-wallet without having any kind of invoice, so that they'll have money that's ready to, and available to spend. However, certain processors like Alipay, for example, does not permit that. You must have an invoice. And so until you have an invoice, you will not see certain functions available. And then that is one of the nice things about this is, you only see the options that are actually available for you to use. And so whether it's by country or whether it's by the rules and regulations established by a particular payment institution like Alipay. Members should notice that as for the upload banking documents has been removed from the website now altogether. From the BT website. Yes. It's not going to be necessary anymore because, as I said, and that's why it's mandatory that every BT member has an ITM e-wallet, because all of your financial operations with regard to BT will be conducted directly through and within the e-wallet system itself. The documents and IDs and so forth, account approvals are handled by a separate staff, and there's no reason for us to either collect or maintain that information, as we have, for all intents and purposes, outsourced that.
Yeah, one of the things that was brought up to me early on was the fact that STP and PASA and all these others require you to verify your accounts and all that. So why are we doing it? Well, this is the same situation. We did it because we're not STP, so we also have know your customer rules. But now that the ITM e-wallet exists and that platform exists, BankOnTraffic itself no longer needs to worry with that. So we won't be requiring any of those documents. The only thing you'll need on a sign-up for BankOnTraffic is your name and address and the email address. That's it.
And when you get your e-wallet account, which will be automatically created by the system, you'll get your own password information will be mailed directly and only to you, the member. And when you log in for the first time, you will fill in any required information and any verification process and agree to terms and conditions prior to being able to actually use your e-wallet. But this is all being handled by ITM, Internet Traffic Management, and so therefore BankOnTraffic per se does not need to get involved in that process anymore.
Use My Services is a banking program. It's basically a bill pay program, and it's international. It's probably something that we won't be using for the U.S. It does have fees involved in doing it, but it makes a lot of countries. It makes their banking available in those countries that may not normally be available.
Yeah, I mean the simplest way to describe it is anybody who has an online banking system and uses their online banking system to pay their bills, whether it's their electric bill or whatever, they use My Services, which is primarily geared toward a European market. It essentially is an interface between your e-wallet and your bank account using a bill pay type function. It is not intended for use in the United States because the way that bank accounts are accessed for bill pay functions is different in the United States, and you will be able to send money to your e-wallet just by using your regular online banking bill pay function. And the instructions will all be there in the e-wallet on how to do that. Yes, and I'd like you to give that overview, Lorenzo, because, immediately, I would say not next week, but the week following, there will be another integration into the members dashboard, which would be the A platform, and I think you should talk a little bit about that, possibly share the screen. And this is a new marketing suite that will be included in your BankOnTraffic membership, and this will be ready for use and will be integrated into the dashboard in your members area. I would say safely within 2 weeks. It's going to happen as the next major milestone in development here, right after phase 1 of the e-wallet is finished.
Did we ever mention the fact that we're actually redoing the whole front end of the BankOnTraffic platform?
I don't think we have, but we're going to give some latitude to Lorenzo to talk about that.
All right. Did you want that brought up on this call?
I think so, if you're ready, because it all kind of goes together.
Okay, thanks, Joe. A big part of this call today is that we're giving you a sneak peek. You will hear us refer to this as Platform A, but this is what our back office marketing system is going to look like for BT membership products and services. We're going to have a variety of capture pages that's going to be available. You're going to have a contact management system, a calendar and task manager. This will include a down version of our autoresponder that will actually be selling, as well as resources and training. You'll also have banners and other marketing tools. Basically, you'll have everything you need to market the BT membership and the ITM products and services, which will be commissionable, and we'll talk about that in a minute. Every member will get this. And the beauty of this is that now with your campaigns, there's no reason why someone joining the BT membership will not have a company or a service that they can market. Now you'll be able to market the ITM products and services or refer members into the overall BT business opportunity. And one of the advantages we will have is that we'll have uniformity, meaning we won't have, for example, 10,000 different members currently marketing our program 10,000 different ways. We have specific guidelines as to what the BT membership is all about, and we want future members and customers to know exactly what they're going to get. Now, you've probably heard us mention benefits on the last call, and that's one item that we're going to be moving closer and closer to, and that is turning the BT membership more and more into a member benefit. And one of the benefits is that we are going to be offering discounts. Now, we will have 2 ITM web services sites. One will only be offered with a BT membership login. It's great because it's going to allow all of us to get between 7 and 15% off. Plus, there'll be specials just for BT members. Now, this particular item is not commissionable. However, a large portion of the revenue will be going toward the daily distribution pool. Now, we've let a few members play with this a little bit, and they've been pretty impressed. You'll find the domain names for almost every country here. The services are top-notch, the quality is top-notch, and the checkout is just seamless. You can get all your hosting needs, your e-commerce needs, you can get professional email, domain names. Let's face it, almost every marketer business you know has domain names, and they usually get extra domain names for their capture page and the different types of marketing that they pursue. Our goal with ITM is to become a one-stop shop for any business and their marketing needs. Now, you've heard us refer to the BT marketing as our platform A. Our platform B and C are basically a very beefed up, supersized version of the marketing suite that comes with your back office. Again, every member will have the BT marketing suite or the ITM marketing suite. We will be offering two suites, not only to BT members, but to any business, whether it be a pizza shop, a restaurant, a gymnasium. Almost every business you can think of could use these tools, not just home marketers. Now, what the BT management is calling the B platform, which is the ITM Business Marketing Suite, this is going to include all your capture pages, all the hosting, everything you need. You can design your own capture pages for almost any business, as I mentioned. Video tours that you can develop, which is a very strong selling point for your business. Have tour sales pages, lead capture pages, do-it-yourself lead capture pages. You'll have a professional blogging tool. Necessarily have the restrictions, some of the free blog sites. The blogging tool is designed for a business. All platforms will have the social media integration. BT platform, you'll be able to purchase traffic, be able to set up your own SEO media tags. It includes a product called Video Lead Capture, Video Email, Live Stats, Ad Tracking, and Split Testing. Now, even your Fortune 500 companies, I want to mention this, that all capture pages have to be current. Nobody knows the answer right from the get-go of what is going to be the best marketing site. This will have tools where you can split test and track your ads, track your pages. This will let you know if you need to change things up or not. Most of your professional companies hire a full-time staff to bring traffic and, better yet, bring sales to their sites. Use tools just like this. One of the problems that companies have when they're using a replicated website that comes with a particular marketing program they're with, for example, a lot of the MLM and other home-based business programs out there, is that everyone's using the same site. Also, that particular product may not work for the geo-targeting. There's a lot of factors involved. So having a fresh site with fresh content, a nice honest offer, there's several things you can do to get real results. That's up to the company, the type of product, and the type of sales tools that you have, and it's up to you to relate to your customer. This system will help you do that. Another great feature is the ad co-op. So if you happen to have a team situation and you guys want to purchase a magazine ad or some other type of marketing, there are rotator tools on here that will help you do that. As I mentioned before, all the platforms come with a contact manager, custom themes, custom pages. You can get lead alerts in your email, SMS text message alerts, revisit alerts, which is very powerful. If you have a person come to your website more than once, there's email follow-up, which is an autoresponder, email broadcast, and email tracking. The B and C platforms also will continue as we grow. We'll build an extensive, expanded sales page library, and we will work with our members to be current and fresh so that we can present this to as many businesses as possible. Now, the ITM business marketplace and the ITM corporate marketplace. Biggest difference between the two, and again, these can be sold to a business, which is a customer or a member. They are commissionable, and best of all, a portion of the sales will also go toward the daily distribution pool. The ITM Business Marketing Suite can be used pretty much anywhere in the world, but the ITM corporate marketplace is mainly geared for the United States. Any country that has a business that wants to market in the United States, they can use this. And the reason is, in the corporate marketplace, there is actually a calling system, which will actually call your customers. There's a SMS text messaging system for coupons and specials. Those two features are geared for the United States, but any country can use them if they're marketing in the United States. There's also going to be upcoming webinar tools and other added features. ITM Corporate Marketing Suite will have everything that the Marketing Suite has, other than many more added features. Not everyone will need these, and of course that's why there's a price difference. Also, I want to mention that each member will get a discount, and you'll see that reflected in the pricing. Basically, there's 3 marketing suites. ITM Marketing Suite basically comes with your membership. Everyone will get one. The ITM Business Marketplace will be an added purchase. It's not mandatory, and as a member you'll be able to sell this customers and members. And then there's the ITM Corporate Marketplace, which has many more added features, but maybe more than the average person needs. Now, as far as value, I know Joe and Harry were excited about this. If you were to go out and price just an autoresponder and a contact manager and a few other toys, you could be well on your way to $100 or more. Pricing is very, very competitive. It's top quality, top technology, and one of the best marketing suites I have personally seen out there on the internet. If you present this properly, this should be added revenue for your business. This is a great referral item that almost every business can use. And at the same time, you can build some residual income because this is a subscription item. And we'll go over all the details of how this is going to work, how to present it, everything we've talked about today that we'll be training on, so don't worry. One of the other things I would like to go back to, this is for the BT marketing, and that is BT will be offering a free trial. That's going to be one of the hooks for your back office BT marketing. So on the capture pages, if someone wants to do a trial membership, now they won't be allowed to get the discounts, but as a non-paid member, they can start selling the ITM marketing suites, start generating income, and they can purchase their product from their e-wallet not out of pocket, meaning they can use the funds that they generated online without any out-of-pocket expense. It's very possible. There's a lot of people out there, I hear these stories every day, that have been burnt by all these other programs. And this is a great way for a go-getter or somebody who wants to do a little extra work, part-time or full-time. They can start selling these marketing suites and generate some income. More and more people globally are looking for something else. They're looking for another income source, and this is a great way to help them do that. Granted, we all know the benefits of possibly buying a bigger package up front, but this is a great way that we can reach out to a wider audience. I know the management of BT and ITM are very excited. We've shown this to a few of our key members to get their opinion and do a little testing, and they're excited. Joe and Harry want this brought up on a different call. We're also going to have some bonus incentives as well, especially geared for anyone who wants to step up and be a team leader. Now we have another great added incentive to get referrals for the ITM marketing suite. This is especially geared for non-member customers, that would be businesses that could use the products, and we're going to offer them a 7-day trial for $1. Now the $1 is there mostly for security reasons, just to make sure that it's a real customer. We'll explain in training. And the dollar actually cost ITM more than what it's worth charging it, but it's there for a reason. More importantly, now we have a hook or an incentive, capture pages and your marketing, to offer people a 7-day trial. Really, any business won't have anything to lose. And from a business standpoint, this is a product that most businesses in most countries can write off on their taxes. So this is going to be a really good thing to go after that market. Joe and Harry have made it very clear, okay, BT and ITM are going to be here for the long term. It's taken a little bit of time, but there has been a lot of work. Ask Heidi, a lot of the members know this. There has been a tremendous amount of hours and blood, sweat, and tears put into doing this for the members. BT and ITM is also gearing up for the current and future compliance regulations. So there's a lot of reasons why this all fits together and how all of this is truly a member benefit. BT, which is BankOnTraffic.com, and ITM, which is Internet Traffic Management, that's the parent company, if you will, of BankOnTraffic.com, which is the membership side of the business. They are very geared toward the future, and they have listened to the membership. This all falls in line to our sales-driven model, which BT and ITM have always had. So this has been a quick little teaser update, sneak preview, if you will, of what's going to come here in the next 2 or 3 weeks. We're going to be expanding on this and doing a full launch as quickly as possible. There will be a few little hiccups here and there. The other thing I would want to add is the speed of the daily distribution. There is no time limit. There is no time frame. I personally believe there's a certain segment of membership that had joined BT with a investment mentality, but have not participated in selling any products or services. The beauty of this program is that now there's no excuse not to set your campaigns to sell or market something. I know in the past we've heard stories of some of the members even setting their campaigns to Google or Yahoo, not even putting in a real effort into using the program to its fullest extent. For those worried about the speed, we need everyone to participate, and this is going to be a group effort, hence this is a membership. And the members will determine speed or progress of BankOnTraffic.com and ITM. So this about wraps up the presentation Joe and Harry wanted me to do. Please remember to check the BT blog news and updates. If you're not getting BankOnTraffic membership email, make sure you send in a support ticket and ask to be added. You'll get an opt-in page, which is temporary. We're going to do something a little different when the new front end, which Joe and Harry refer to as the front end. We're going to have a new look from a marketing standpoint. We are going to have a new front landing portion of the website for BankOnTraffic.com, and we're going to have a front end for ITM, which will be a portal to everything. And this will be explained to you in training. So that's a quick little overview of that. I know Joe touched on that, and that's a quick little overview of what we're calling the front end. That's not quite ready to show you yet, but again, we will continuously try to make everything fresh and current, and the members will have a great deal of input to allow those changes to happen.
Well, one of the aspects of any type of business like this is the problem of having a monthly fee and having somebody go negative because they haven't earned anything yet. And what we're looking at doing is, we're going to basically turn the clock off. And even though at some point there's and I think it's going to be $7.95 is what we determined, right, guys? $7.95.
Yes, that's right. $7.95.
Yeah,
$7.95
so at some point
a month.
that'll kick in, but we won't charge that to anybody until they actually have earnings. In other words, we're not going to take anybody to a negative balance.
Right. But there will be some very attractive promotional things that we will be introducing upon launch that will be very attractive for the members to essentially avoid any kind of membership fee at all. And in addition to qualifying for additional bonus payments, et cetera. So if there are any general questions related to the topics we discussed today, I think we've given a pretty good overview on what is coming up on the very, very near horizon here.
Well, it sounds good to me. I'm waiting to see it in action and to see how simple it is because I'm actually an internet dummy. But to me, it sounds great. Terrific.
I see what people are paying, and if Andre, I don't think he'll mind, but I'll use him as an example. He spends a lot of money on these different tools and also telling me he wants to purchase this and purchase that. He wants to get an autoresponder and do all these things. Everything you need is under one roof here. And of course,
and the price is very, very attractive.
For just a little more than what you would spend for an autoresponder, you get a whole complete package. Go ahead, Val. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. There's a delay. So.
No, I'm saying it's an excellent package as long as people know how to use them. And this is the main problem I've found. They all want to work online, but they have no idea. I mean, when I think of Aweber, setting up an Aweber account and setting up an autoresponder, it's all right for you techie guys. But there's a lot of old people like me online, and it's a little bit more complicated for us. So,
Val, you raise a good question, and for you and the rest of the members that would have a concern, we will have plenty of training videos for not only the marketing suites, but all other aspects of the ITM and BT business model. We'll also have classes once a week based upon the requests from the members, anything from classes on how to use the e-wallet to the marketing suites, the other BT/ITM products and services, and of course the membership back office. The members will get all the help they need. All they have to do is ask.
Well, we know
Yeah,
that there's going to be some training required, and we will schedule, particularly when we launch. Part of the launch is to have some training sessions scheduled that will be about be focused exclusively on the platforms themselves, on how they work and how they're really very easy to use. The interface is extremely friendly, and so far what I know about them, I think you'll find that you won't need quite as much training as you might think.
I'd like to say something about the general concept of what we're trying to accomplish here is, in my mind, I think we all can agree that the internet is the future. And I think there are a lot of people that would like to be able to earn an income from the internet and don't have a clue about how to go about doing it. And I think that what we need to try to do is create a one-stop shop where a person who wants to get into the internet as a business and create a online business can come to us, and we can walk them through the whole process and give them every tool that they need to accomplish that goal.
Yeah. That sounds very.
If we can accomplish that, we've really done something then.
And I think we're right there. So I think that pretty much wraps it up. I thank everybody who's been on and participated with us, and I would say keep your eyes out for messages from us within the next week or so about the ITM wallet. Our next call will very likely be about that. So thanks a lot, everybody, and we'll talk with you next time soon.